So this week we're talking about taking the back, and I just want to explain it the way that I explain it to the kids to start with. So when I talk to the kids, I say, it's almost like the other person's a tree, and you want to get to the other side of the tree, but something's in the way. Branches are in the way, right? If I could move one of the branches, then I could get around to the back, and that's what I want to do in jiu-jitsu. I always want to be getting to the back. It's one of our best positions because I can be choking him. I see him, he doesn't see me, and so forth. So anytime I can get both arms to one side, I have a path to the back, okay? And this is true if you lay down from mount. If I ever get both arms to one side, then I can start to begin to take the back here. We're gonna do that a couple ways. It's true from, if he's on top of me, it's true from the guard that I can get to his back. If only I can get two arms on one side, that's when I can begin to get up and take the back. And it's true, of course, from half guard in the same way. Those are the three positions we'll be talking about taking the back. But if you think about the two arms as the impediment to the back, or if you think about getting two arms to one side, you will always have a path to the back. The back starts to appear to you, and that's going to be how we start to get there. Okay, so let's look at how those look in a few positions specifically. I'm going to sit up, I'm going to scare him with punches, and the first concept that's going to come into play is space. How much space do I take away or give? And when do I take away and when do I give? So I want to give him the space to turn over. I love that idea. If that's his idea to turn over, keep turning over, yeah, to expose his back to me, I'm going to give him space. When people get here, they get here to get up, to build a foundation to get up and escape. So when he starts trying to get up, I'm not going to take space away. I'm going to give him space again. I will fully stand over him. And from here, I'm going to do what I'm already doing. So I'm going to put my hooks in first. Back control is hooks and harness. I'm going to put my hooks in first. So I'm going to put my feet in, I say put my cars in the garage. I'll put my heels inside of his knees. And then I'm going to grab on. You can get an over-under. That's a very jiu-jitsu approach. If you want to be sure not to get thrown over the top, I do like a double under. So I'm controlling him here. First, we can worry about the finish when we really secure the position. What I'm going to do next is put my feet together and point my toes out the back door. And now with my feet together in prayer position, they stay that way for the rest of the move. I'm going to open my knees. I open my knees like this, which drives him down, belly down. Now I can start attacking. I throw punches. I give space. Give space when he wants to get up. I give space. First place I go is I put my cars in the garage here. I put my harness together. I like two underneath just to be sure I've got them. Now it's a matter of put my feet together, point my toes out the back, and then open my knees. I'm going to open my knees, and the connection underneath his armpits and should drive him down. In addition to that sort of opening up of my knees, it'll splay his legs too. Now I have a lot of dominant control here. How far back my hips go in relation to his hips. I always say my belt should be parallel to his belt, not further forward or further backwards. So I scare him into turning over. He turns over. I give him the space to do that. He gets up. I give him the space to do that. Now, if I do this, I'm almost falling off of him. I'm almost falling off him because my belt was way forward of his belt. Instead, I want to have my belt back here, like sort of in line with his belt. From here, I'll do the rest of my move and drive him down. You can take your hands out before you hit the ground. There is a point of no return so that your hands don't get trapped. And then you can start working, lifting the forehead or whatever you need to do to finish. So I'm going to take a C grip on his tricep, and I'm going to push it across. I don't have to push it far, only until my chest can take over and crush it. So my chest is keeping it there now. And then I reach under his head, and I'm going to try and control this wrist. So now I've got it wrapped fully around his head. And from here, I'm going to put all my weight on this hand for one moment, only for a frictionless position advancement. When I put my weight on this hand, I can do both legs at the same time. So that just saves me the awkward saunter up to triple attack or technical mount. If I put, I'm just gonna turn this a little bit. If I put all my weight on this hand, I can make that switch all at once. And now I'm gonna use 2 C grips and I'm gonna turn them over to here. This is twisting arm control. This shows up on our self-defense. From here, I'm gonna grab his other hand with the pinky side of my hand. So I'm gonna go like this. That's the type of grip. Not this, not this. So from here, I just look with my pinky side of my hand, and then when I touch something, I grab it. This is the straight jacket I'm talking about. But I'm pretty disconnected when I'm way up here. So I'm actually gonna change from straight arms and holding him in the twisted arm control to being low and then grabbing onto his wrist. So I'm starting to take the back. In that back control, I should have the center of my back on the center of his chest. So I'm trying to get closer to doing that, even while we're in this part. When I'm down low, I'm holding onto his arm here. I'm gonna fan this foot out, and I'm gonna fall to my right hip. I'm gonna fall in this direction to my right hip. Up high, I get lower, I grab this hand, I open this foot, and I'm gonna take his back here. I'd like to do more than just take his back here. We have the straight jacket, which is really nice for us. I'd like to get all the way to our very best back position. So from here, I'm actually gonna push the right arm, the second arm that I grabbed. I'm gonna push this so his elbow sticks out and trap it with my foot. And then control this hand with the hand that just was holding that hand. Okay. So one more time. From twisting arm control, I'm up high to control this position. And when it's time to take the back, I'm going to start by putting my chest on his back. I'm going to open this foot and grab this hand and then fall to my right hip. I'm falling this direction. While I fall, I can push this so that his elbow is exposed for my foot to catch it. And then I'm going to make a hand switch here. And this hand's going to put his hand on his belly. Because now he has no hands to defend with, and I still have a hand that I could be choking him with. So twisting arm control, I get low, catch his hand, open my foot, fall to my hip. When I land over here, I'm pushing this, trapping this, switching which hand controls this. And this foot you can either put on their hip or on the floor, or you can put your shoelaces on their back. But this hand I want to put on his belly. I want to take it out of commission. And then this one can start to try to choke the person. Open this, fall this direction. Right away I can push this and switch this. And then I can be attacking where he has no hands left. If you find that they end up at the wrong angle or too low on your body, it could be because you left out a step that I have mentioned, or one that I haven't really mentioned, or just an aspect I haven't mentioned. And that is, if you grab these and you open your leg and you fall back from here, he's way far away from me. It's going to be really hard to trap this. Like maybe I can trap this, but if I trap this, I won't be able to choke him. This is the wrong angle, and it's because I didn't bring my chest close to his back. So that is an aspect that we talked about. You do, when you're here, want to think of this as back control. So be putting the center of your chest on the center of their back. So look for that. But also when you fall, hoist, I'm holding him up so that I land at the proper height for attacking. I am doing a row to keep him higher on me using his 2 wrists. Okay, so if you find you're landing at the wrong angle or the person's too low on your body, then be a little more with the chest, and then when you fall to the side, hoist him onto your chest so that he lands at the right height that you can be putting your attacks together. One more back take that we can do that also utilizes the same twisting arm control is when I get to here and I catch this gift wrap and I get up to technical mount here. This move is a belly down. It's instead of taking the back and pulling him onto me, it's a way to belly the person down. And it's even worse for him than getting belly down because he's also gonna have his arms crossed underneath him. And all I'm gonna do is, from here, I'm gonna take a big step back with the knee that was behind him. And then I'm gonna pull him into that space, fold this elbow down, and drive my weight onto his back. So now I have the back and his arms are twisted up. So this is a very good, very controlling position to get into. It's belly down back take off of the twisting arm control. We use a C grip to push this across. I'm going to gift wrap, come up to technical mount. And from here, I'm just going to step with my knee that's behind his shoulder blades, behind his head. I'm going to step back, pull him into that space, fold this elbow down so it's not a speed bump for me, and use my chest as a rolling pin, flatten him out. So I should be able to get my hooks in here. One of them will already be in. I'm going to get a hold of his wrist with the same side hand. Gets the wrist. The other hand is looking for his tricep. And this will be an arm drag. And I'm putting his hand, importantly, I'm putting his hand in my armpit. So it pops through my armpit here. Okay? And I'm going to pull him across. And I use the momentum, or his weight before it hits the ground, to sort of pull myself up to my elbow. This is a point in this move we really want to get to, where I've pulled this across, I'm on my elbow. And now this hand is holding the far lat. And I want to be tight to it. So I want to be my belly to fill all the space that he would be bringing his elbow back across my belly to even out his arms. The fact that he has two arms on one side is really good for me. Okay? So this is an important point that I want to get to. Same side wrist. I'm going to arm drag and put that right in my armpit. And the action of pulling should allow me a little bit to pull myself up. That should help you come up to your elbow. From here, I'm holding the far lat and pulling my belly close to my person. I want to have a big fat belly in this moment so that it's hard to pull his elbow back across. I have my hand to work against that, but also no big space here for him. Now I can come up to my hand, and I'm going to withdraw this foot, not all the way out from both of his knees, but out from one of his knees. Because this knee right here, this is my first hook. And I'm going to get up and do like we did in mount cars in the garage to start. And then I can belly him down from here the way we did, which is to put my feet together, toes out the back, open my knees, drive him down, and end up in a belly down. Same side wrist. This one's looking for his tricep. I'm going to pull him forward to pull myself up. Big belly here. Hold the lat. That's all hugging to take space away from his elbow to come back through so that I can come up to my hand, withdraw my foot, to become my first hook of two. Here's the second one. And now I'm going to be grabbing under the arms. You can be on your hands. I'm going to grab under the arms. I like to grab under the arms with both. This is good, but it gives him a direction to throw me off if I'm a little bit too far forward. So I prefer to hold with two. I'm going to put my feet together, point them out the back. Open my knees, and drive him forward to take top belly down back control. For the arm drag, when I get up, truly it's difficult. It's difficult to sometimes go through all these steps and take somebody's back. And it might be difficult because of my size or their size. There's a bunch of factors that play in. So if I've just arm dragged Steve and I'm here, I have another option, and that is to grab his, either under his far armpit with the back of my hand, so grabbing his bicep, or grabbing his lapel on the far side. I'll get that as high as I can in the armpit, and I can just back away. When I back away, the person will turn over, and I can get the back. It's kind of the lazy way to take the back. When I come up to here, if I think it's going to be too far to go to get up, either because of his size, my size, or my flexibility, or something like that, I can look for a grip underneath his far armpit for his bicep, or I could grab material here, if there's material. And I'm going to back away from him, and he's going to fall into this space. So when you back away from the person, there's a little more to it than just backing away. I do want to back kind of in a circle around him. So I want to go back this way. It makes it much harder to resist, and now I've taken the back here. So from here, I'm going to post my hand like I did before, get either a grip or a grip. This is a great grip if you can get it. It's a good no-gi solution. It's to be under this far arm. And I'm going to back away, kind of in a circle. He falls into my lap. And if I had material in my hand, it's already in my hand to feed for the choke. So I can go for whichever choke I'm going for next as well. So I'm going to arm drag. I'm going to look for either material here or the no-gi version, which will be to put my hand in here. And then back away, kind of in a circle. And he should fall right into my lap. Put my second hook in. If I have material in my hand, like I said, it's already in my hand to open for a choke. And then I could finish the choke here. Half guard is another position that actually you have a really good chance to take the back, but you don't until you get your underhook. Underhook is something we talk about a lot when we're on the bottom of half guard. The underhook is the scout. It's the first thing that goes under that starts to see his back, okay? And I'd like to get the rest of me in there. So how do we do that? Well, let's start today, because there's another whole class on this, that I do have the underhook. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to work my way to my side. Just draping my leg over here is fine to keep my position. So it's okay to put my foot over here and start hipping out to work my way onto my side. When I get on my side, I'm gonna try to bring Mike further north above me, that way above me. So I'm gonna lift up my underhook at the same time as I knee him in the butt. I want him kind of up here, way up here. Now I can use this leg that was just kneeing him in the butt to kick down and come up to here. And maybe you recognize where we are. This is basically where we were when we did back takes from the guard, right? From here, I have my two options. I can climb on, or I can circle back. I'm gonna walk this foot out and escape my hips until I can get onto my side. On my side, my knee fits behind his butt in a way that it didn't when I was on my back. I can't knee him in the butt here. I just slide off. But if I get on my side, I actually can really move him. So I raise my arm and leg at the same time to knock him forward, and then kick down to come out. From here, I can start, getting up to take the back, as we have. Or from here, I can start, circling to get him to fall into my lap.